are you, Sarah?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I am well, too. It's so lovely to see you, and congratulations on the show. But more importantly, congratulations. I heard you just got a dog.
I did get a dog, but I only got a dog because I can't have your dog. And that's really true. I have a video of your dog that I took once when I ran into your dog, and it's something I look at. I might look at it like once a week at least.
It was a very big deal, and it's very nice to hear that because I don't know if you know this very true thing. My friend Andy Samberg thinks my dog is an ugly rat monster. And so it's very nice to have someone on the show who is sort of supporting and singing the praises of Frisbee.
Frisbee is the greatest dog ever and beautiful beyond measure, like a fawn and a baby deer in the woods. So Andy Samberg actually doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, and I think anybody watching the show would realize that you are a person of taste, whereas he is a gutter dweller.
I'm going to vote yes on that as well. I don't know the guy, but I'm going to say yes.
So you're an executive producer of this show as well, and one of the things that means is you have to watch it as you were making it. And I know from our history that you do not particularly like watching yourself on film. So how was that transition into watching dailies?
I became like a voracious, it was like at lunch every day, I was like in the trailer with like popcorn, just like, all right, that was good, that was bad, that wasn't good. Emailing, the producer going, please don't use take 6. Can you push in on 7? I mean, I became like an absolute nut.
But this is sort of, this arced, because in the beginning of your career, you would watch yourself. But then I guess People versus O.J. Simpson is the one that you famously have not watched, correct?
Yeah, I think in the beginning, I was so excited that people were actually letting me do it, that I was like, look, I would just, it was really kind of crazy to me. Not that it isn't anymore. I'm not saying it's like old hat or anything, Seth. I'm just saying it's just, the O.J. Simpson thing, and this is going to be a really exceedingly actressy thing to say, but, I had a very profound experience making it where I almost didn't know where I stopped and Marcia began. And this happened to very serious actors. I'm sure you've talked to a lot of them. And so I didn't want to see it because I thought this was a profoundly special thing. And then a lot of people seemed to think it was good. And then I was like, well, now I'm really not going to watch it for fear that I will think they're all idiots. And what if I hated it? And it just felt too precious to me.
I think that's the right way to play it, genuinely, especially because everyone has said, myself included, it's so perfect. And as the performer, you would just, even if you found 1 or 2 imperfections, it would then lessen your value of it.
Believe me, I would find many. Marcia was left-handed. She she had been a dancer, so she walked in a particular way. And I thought they're going to use a take. That was back before I was watching dailies where I probably picked something up with my right hand and nobody was paying attention to that the way that I was. So I thought this is going to be a disaster for me. But Sterling K. Brown, you got to say the K. Every time I see him, he's like, have you really? Not yet? And I'm like, no. And he's like, do you think you're ever? And I was like, it's been like 5 years now. Now I really don't think I'm going to do it. And he's like, I think you really should. But I'm not, I don't think I'm going to.
Well, let's see. Let's see how long it takes for TV production to start up again, because you might have to go back and watch everything that was ever made before.
Okay, fine.
So this is sort of a different challenge where you're taking on a fictional character, Nurse Ratched, that we know from Cuckoo's Nest, but one that we have seen and we feel like we know from the film. How did you, playing a character in Prequel that has been, obviously played before to great acclaim, how did you approach that?
Well, I mean, she won an Academy Award for that performance. So it really begs the question about, how sane am I that I would think that would be a good idea to maybe see if there was anything else I could parse that she didn't, bring to the table. But I just, I watched the performance and I tried as much as I could to steal everything I could from Louise Fletcher and just sort of pretend it had been my invention. I think that's usually the best way to do it if you're going to be creating some backstory. And the good news is we invented the whole thing. So we could kind of say that anything goes because there was nothing in the book nor in the movie about her life outside that hospital. So we were free to do anything we wanted. And boy, did we take liberty with that.
Also, years from now, if somebody decides to watch it in sort of narrative order and start with the prequel, it will look like Louise stole from you.
I did have this thought. I'm just...
You are always so many steps ahead.
It's part of my master plan that, Your Donald Trump impression, can I just state for the record?
Yes.
I think it bests Alec Baldwin. I really do. I mean, I know this is sacrilegious. I know this is NBC. I know we all love, I love Alec. I think you have no accoutrement I like
Yeah.
to say accoutrement. You're not having any help. It's a very special impression.
I don't like the man, but he does speak through me.
He really does. There's like a weird talk about not knowing where you begin and someone else, whatever it is. But yeah.
Yeah,
you
like when
really-
I come home at night, some nights Alexi's like, hey, you got to leave Donald Trump at the door.
you gotta leave Donald Trump in the workplace.